Welcome to Can't Stop, Won't Stop Real Talk with Connor Wesley. I'm the owner of CW Coaching. Sat across from me is my partner and also my business partner, Leanne. Leanne is massively involved in helping me scale the business. She's got the questions, I've got the answers. This is episode 6, and today we're going to talk about the difference between the different types of rewards that there is, the consummatory rewards, the dopaminergic reward, what life used to look like for me and what life looks for me now, and many other things. So let's get straight into it.
So I might just go straight into that question I've got for you actually. Could you break down the difference between consummatory rewards and dopaminergic rewards for anyone who's not heard you explain it before?
So consummatory rewards are what you get from instant satisfaction stuff, from like beer, from drugs, from takeaways, chocolate, sweets, things what give you instant satisfaction, um, easy come by. The dopaminergic reward is what you have to put work in. It's like a visible advanced movement towards a desired goal. So, in terms of like dieting, obviously we're trying to, in a sense, resist the consummatory rewards
Yeah.
and work towards the dopaminergic reward, like staying on the goal driven track.
Yeah.
Start putting the work in and seeing the weight coming off. That reward and that sensation and that feeling that you get from putting the work in, that's a dopaminergic reward. The difference between a consummatory reward, you can have consummatory rewards and feel good instantly, but then too many of them make you feel shit down the line.
Yeah.
Dopaminergic, putting the work in for that, doesn't always necessarily feel good at that moment in time,
Yeah.
but has a flip effect and makes you feel better down the line. So it's like a slippery slope. Too many consummatory rewards and you feel shit.
Yeah.
I always feel like if you're on a goal driven track working towards the dopaminergic reward and you have too many consummatory rewards, it pulls you away from that. So it's like a double edged sword sometimes. That's why you have to be very careful and get your discipline and your mindset into resisting them temptations. Because the more you have a one, the more it pulls you away from the other.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, you've got to have some consummatory rewards every now and again.
Yeah.
I used to do it when I was on a plan. I'd be smashing it, massively under eating, and then I'd end up eating loads of shit and then feel shit. Or I'd tell myself to have some shit, but then feel shit.
Yeah.
And it's because the more consummatory rewards I have, the more it takes me away from the dopaminergic reward, the most important one in a sense.
Yeah.
Everything's consummatory now. Years ago, everything's easy come by. So food you can just order it, takeaways you can just order it, but everything really back in the day used to be like dopaminergic really.
Yeah.
Like you used to have to go like going back a long, long time ago, like hunt your food, skin your food, kill your food, put the graft in for it.
Yeah.
Now it's just easy come by,
Yeah.
consummatory. So dopaminergic is something you work towards. You see visible advanced movements towards something you want to achieve. Not even necessarily in like body composition and stuff. It can be working towards studying and finally getting there and passing and stuff. You put the work in, and that's what you're getting in return. Consummatory, easy come by.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. And I genuinely feel like you need to be able to limit the amount of consummatory rewards you are, especially if you're somebody who is on a plan, working towards a goal, but then falls off, has too many of these, and then feels shit for it. You need to limit the amount. I used to always feel bad if I were on a plan and I ate anything. I'd always beat myself up for about it. We spoke about it on some previous episodes, but now I don't. I just, if I do it, I do it. I don't beat myself up.
Yeah.
Because I used to get to a position where I'd eat some crap or I'd treat myself, but then beat myself up. I'm like, hold on a minute. I'm telling myself to eat it. I'm eating it, but then I feel shit about it. So I either need to man up, accept the consequences, not even consequences, but just deal with it. If you're going to have it, then have it, but don't moan about it. Or don't have it, and then you don't have to moan. You can't like want it, have it, then moan about it. Well, you can, but you're just in a vicious cycle and you're just going to do your own heading. And another way I mentioned this in a previous episode is how I got myself from not feeling so bad. I'll pre-plan things. If I know I'm going to have something like next Friday or something, I'll say to you like we'll go Urban Burger and we'll have a bit like shit in a couple of weeks or next week. So I feel like I'm not just giving up to the instant temptations there and there and feeling like I'm giving in, and the temptations are getting better of me. I'll just plan it in.
Yeah.
Like when we went away camping now, so we'll just go and eat what we want for the weekend.
Yeah.
We'll pre-plan it. I also think if you do that and you stick to that, it can increase your motivation knowing that you've got some treats coming up. So
Definitely.
yeah, that's the difference between dopaminergic rewards and consummatory rewards.
So obviously we spoke about as well your relationship with food in previous episodes.
Yeah.
But can you just explain again today, compared to when you were at your heaviest, what's the difference with your relationship with food?
Completely different, honestly. Like I said, I didn't used to do any meal prepping. I'd wake up. It wouldn't be unusual for me to have like a McDonald's breakfast, chippy tea, takeaway at night, and shit in between.
Yeah.
Bars of chocolate, sweets, crisp. Every night I'd have my meals, and then after my meal I'd go shop. I'd get a bag of Tangtastic, bag of Maltesers, 3 bags of sweets, a milkshake, and a can of pop or a bottle of pop.
Yeah, I've all done that.
I'd be eating and I'd be thinking about the next meal. So I know exactly what it feels like to have these temptations and be a very, very greedy person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave my plate. I'd go back. I'd eat until my belly hurt. And then
interest you now, does it?
What?
It doesn't really interest you now, does it?
Just over time you rewire these pathways up. I was really a big proper foodie. Every meal I had, there'd be bread and butter with it. If I went to Chippy and I got a large kebab special, I'd have some bread and butter with it and eat a large battered sausage on my way home from Chippy, and all just to put me onto it. So the relationship there to now, we used to eat some crap, man, every day.
Yeah.
It was constant. It was all I thought about. That was me I'd just turn to food for everything at some points in my life. I'd comfort eat. I feel shit, so I'd eat.
Yeah.
I felt stressed out, so I'd eat. I'm happy, so I'd eat. Everything was food. Not even because you're hungry. Sometimes you need to create a new relationship with food.
Yeah.
Because now people just eat, not even because they're hungry. It's because it's just what you're doing, innit?
Yeah.
It's sunny outside, so you have barbecues. It's cold outside, so you eat crap. You go to cinema. Everything's related to food.
Yeah.
And we don't eat because we're hungry. We eat because things just taste that nice.
Yeah.
We eat because we're bored, because we're stressed. So sometimes you just have to like differentiate the difference between hunger and cravings.
Yeah.
And I do that now. I never used to know whether or not I'm actually hungry or not. So I'll tell my clients, I'll say the difference is and what I want you to do. If you do feel like you've ate all your food at the end of the day and you feel like you're still hungry, think of a really plain, bland, boring meal that you can eat that does absolutely nothing for you. If you're not willing to eat that meal, then you're not as hungry as you think. So if you are hungry, give yourself it. Give yourself like some plain chicken breast with no seasoning or something. If you like chicken breast, think of something else.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to eat that, you're not actually hungry. You're just craving something nice, tasty.
Yeah.
Nice and tasty.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. And if you are hungry, have something plain and boring. Don't satisfy the hunger. Don't satisfy the cravings. Because a lot of people will eat the plan. They'll think I'm hungry, but then what do they have extra? They have fucking a pack of crisps and a bar of chocolate. That's not hungry.
No,
That's craving some shit.
Yeah.
Because that don't fill you up. If anything, it just spikes your blood sugars and makes you even crave more shit.
Yeah.
So, and then you want even more because your glucose levels have spiked up, and then you'll find like people at me and all. If I set them taste buds off when I've been on a diet for ages, that's why I just resist temptations as much as I can, because I can't just have a biscuit or two. If I want to have a biscuit, I eat a full pack.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to set taste. To me, you set taste buds off and like, fucking hell, have some more, and you just go mad.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, so I don't have that one, because that one to me is just teasing me, and I just want a full pack or full whatever. So I just rather stick to the plan, and then every now and again have a treat, have a day off, have a weekend off, and get straight back on it. And one day off or one weekend off, as long as you get straight back on plan and you're active and you get your steps in, if you're not like literally binging and absolutely smashing it, then weight you do put on will just be water weight. Might be a little bit of fat, but get straight back on plan, it drops straight off.
Yeah.
I've put like £14 on over a weekend before just eating that
Have
much
you?
crap.
Wow. You
Just
must have
eating
put it
shit.
away.
Oh dear, I didn't stop. I think I will. Will Sherwood, I messaged him, I'll put it on me. He went, I think you filled your daily habits out wrong. I'm like, I am. You're like, fucking hell, what you been eating? But I had been strict. It will lead up to my fight, and I did eat everything I could get my hands on. But I got straight back on plan, and I dropped it off within about a week.
Yeah.
Just water weight and stuff.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
So it comes off. So is that answer your question?
Yeah. So why do so many people fail the second they start a diet on a Monday, and what does a sustainable plan actually look like instead?
Well, I hope people have got more than a second in them if they start on Monday, but like starting on a Monday and failing by Wednesday and stuff. Setting unrealistic targets for themselves, axing the calories too much, starting off at a block full of motivation, dedicated, something crops up, they've starved themselves that much that they start getting diet fatigue increases, motivation disappears, and they think, fuck, motivation's gone, I must stop now. There's no motivation here. But unfortunately, you can't rely on motivation because it'll only take you so far. They need to start thinking through the lens of the person who they want to become from day one. I always say, start acting like the person who you want to become now, not fucking 6 months down the line.
Yeah.
When you've reached this desired goal and you think everything just clicks into place. You have to start thinking positive, acting positive, and run everything through the question of, would the person who I want to become do this?
Yeah.
Would the person who I want to become quit this session? Cancel this session? Would the person who I want to become eat this? And you just have to do things for your future self and not for your current self. Set realistic targets, man. If you're failing and failing and failing and failing, it's a pattern. You need to strip it right back, learn from it. Why am I failing? What am I struggling with? Right, if I'm struggling to stick to a set amount of calories, we'll strip it right back and we can eat what we want. We just have banned foods. No takeaways, no sweets, no chocolate, no processed stuff. And we just get into the habit of eating good food consistently.
Yeah.
For as long as it takes for your temptations to start going away. And then you can't say you're eating that because you're hungry. You're eating the Maltesers because you're hungry. Because you can have as much as you want of this stuff over here. Do that consistently. Nice, baby steps. See it as a choice and not a chore. That's another thing. People just do it and they just think it's a chore. But it's a choice.
Yeah.
The sooner you see that, the better your transformation will be. And the more you'll enjoy it and the more sustainable it'll be. Too many people do it and think it's, oh, fuck's sake, got to go to gym in the morning. No, you get to go to gym in the morning.
I do think it's knowledge as well. Like you said before, some people think that having less calories and starving themselves and, I'll lose weight by doing this. And, you know, like for me, before I met you, I've tried all these different, you know, ways to lose weight and it just never worked and I just get up.
Yeah.
But then obviously, like, once I'd got you in my corner and I knew exactly what to do then, that's it. Just
accountability. Sometimes, I'll be honest, a lot of people know or they're not far away from knowing what they need to do. You know what you should be eating, you know you should be active. Sometimes people get it wrong and think that they need to be eating a lot less than what they should, but eat less, move more, hydrate well, sleep properly, train sufficiently, and you'll make progress. But people just sometimes struggle to be consistent with it. People will just do a few days, a week and think, oh no, it's working, fuck this. And it takes time. People don't get to that position in 3, 4, 5 weeks. So they're not going to reverse it in 3, 4, 5 weeks either.
No.
Consistency really is key. And I always say, it's like, this is my own analogy. If you're at work and you're clock watching and you want that day to finish and you're constantly looking at that watch all the time, that fucking day drags.
Oh, no.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Every hour feels like free.
Yeah.
And that's the same when you're on a transformation journey. If you're constantly thinking that note's happening and looking at your desired goal, don't get me wrong, you've got to have your target set on it, but just try and enjoy the everyday now. It's the journey. It goes a lot faster.
Yeah.
It goes a lot faster. I almost think people can actually slow the transformations down by worrying too much. No, it's happening, no, it's happening.
Yeah.
And I think just subconsciously, the increasing the stress level, in return, it slows the journey down. The more temple-like your body is, the more peaceful it is, the more it'll just be like, release that fat.
Yeah.
If it's up against all these external stresses and internal stresses where you're thinking, no, it's happening, you're just increasing your cortisol, which is going to makes it harder for you to lose weight.
Yeah.
If it's increased too much, you can just end up burning muscle off and storing fat. So people just need to have trust in the process, enjoy the process, and just enjoy it. It's a choice, not a chore. It's something you get to do, not have to do. There's people out there what would love to go to the gym, like there really is. And there's people out there with many excuses. This week alone, I mentioned it before, there was somebody in a wheelchair in gym in Ultraflex, mint unit, paralysed from waist down as I can see, and somebody with one leg, and they're smashing it, and I just love looking at people like that for inspiration.
100%.
Because there's always time and away, like most of the time, do you know? There is some circumstances where people can't, but it is a thing, and I do understand that mindset. I'm all right sat here now, but I know it's like I've been that person who struggled, so I can speak from it. So I speak, and I don't mean it because I haven't been there before. I've been there, I've been struggling, I've reverted and relapsed hundreds of times. But every relapse is just one step closer. It's a spiral where you learn from every time you relapse, and it's if you keep trying, and somebody who actually wants to change and realizes when you fail, it's just one step closer to succeeding.
Yeah.
It's you've just got to keep trying. Never give in. Like the worst part isn't like not starting, it's looking back in 5, 10, 15 years time thinking, fuck's sake, I could have done something. But I didn't. And I always say, you have to do things for your future self, for your 50, 60, 70-year-old you.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine they're on the sideline now saying, come on, man, make it fucking easy for me. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Got to lift some weights, stay active. If there's one thing in all what can keep you young, it's lifting weights, resistance training. Keeping your type 2 muscle fibers intact. And people just think, oh, I don't want to be big. It's not about being big. It's about keeping your bones strong, your muscle, type 2 muscle fibers intact, your balance and everything. If you don't lift weights and stuff, if you've got a physically demanding job and stuff, it'll cover it. But if there's anything that can really slow the clocks down, because you can't stop them, it's obviously exercise and eating well, but also like a bit of resistance training for anybody. So yeah, I think I've covered that, Anna.
Yeah. So you're being quite open about making yourself sick.
Yeah.
Binge eating, drinking blended chicken and broccoli at work.
Beautiful.
What would you say to someone stuck in that cycle right now? That's quite a big.
Blending chicken and broccoli at work, I'd say sort your fucking head out, you weirdo.
I know. But making yourself sick, like that's quite deep, that. And...
I know. So blending chicken and broccoli at work, it wasn't like back then. I was in the thought process of thinking if you had any seasoning to your chicken, oh no, you're not going to make progress. It had to be plain chicken, plain broccoli. And I'm working at Templeborough Power Station at Rotherham and Blackburn Meadows. Is it Templeborough? Yeah, Rotherham. And I used to take my chicken and my snap and I used to open it up in canteen. It used to fucking stink place out. It stunk. I'd cooked it the night before. It was horrible.
All blended up in there.
No, and then I was trying to eat that and it'd take me all my break to get it down, but like gipping cold chicken. So I just started blending it and drinking it. So it'd make me gip for 15 minutes or it could make me gip for 5 seconds. I just used to neck it and get it down. But that's the extremes that I went to.
What did your workmates used to say to
Oh, they were just think I've always been a bit tap tanner, but so I did that, but obviously that diet didn't last either. It's not gonna, is it?
No.
I think everyone's heard a story like Bruno from old school Bruno at Rotherham. His gym used to drink like tuna and Diet Coke and stuff like that. He used to blend it up. So I probably just had that in the back of my head as a young teenager and thought I'll blend it up. I know a few what have done it like actually, but a lot of old school bodybuilders just to get the meals in and stuff. I did it just for the simple fact that it'd make me gip if I ate it for 15 minutes, or it'd make me gip for
So when
a
you were
few
making
seconds.
yourself sick, was that because you were in the mindset that you wanted to lose weight? Wrong
Oh no,
mindset, or with
I
that?
didn't used to make myself sick all the time. I'd be on a plan and I would binge,
Yeah.
and then I'd feel that bad for binging.
I
That'd make me
see, yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
I'd go to the toilet and make myself sick. I know, but I would eat that much where like my belly would hurt.
Is that when you got quite, because we were on about when you were at your heaviest and you looked unhealthy,
Yeah.
and when you were at your lightest and you looked really unhealthy?
Yeah.
Because you weren't doing it right. So was that at that time?
That was when I went really, really skinny. So I'd be on a really harsh plan for ages, working away at Newport. I'd come back at weekend, and then every now and again I'd end up like I'd work away 2 weeks at a time. I'd not eat out while I was there. I'd come back and I'd stop drinking again at this point a little bit, and then I'd just end up having like a binge. I'd go shopping and get packs and packs of biscuits.
Yeah.
And I'd eat them, and I'd just keep fucking eating until my belly hurt, and then I'd feel that bad after that I've ate that much, and like throw it back up, make me sound sick.
Yeah.
I used to have to like, and then once I got to a point where I couldn't fucking eat anymore, I'd have to pour them in bin, but like fucking bleach them and all that, because I'd probably get the cunts out of bin. Like, or I'd wash it. Yeah, so I just used to make it so I couldn't go back to them. Not like me dustbin outside, my bin in the kitchen. So if I lobbed a pack of biscuits in and they were in finger, I would have probably gone back and got them. So I just used to empty them out or put them on the tap, so I wouldn't go back. So I make me sense sick. All that bleach them.
You do.
So I can't go back.
To be a fly on wall when you were doing that.
I know, that's what I used to think. That's what I used to think. I thought if anybody witnessed or watched me through the window, they'd think, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? Have you seen how? Come and have a look how much he's eating in here. Oh. So I went out one time. I'd been on a really strict. Some people, I wish I had the photo. It were absolutely brilliant. So I went out one night. I'd not drank for ages, and I'd been on a really strict plan. And I went up to Wickersley, and I got a taxi back, all pissed out my head, and I can't even remember getting home. And I woke up upstairs in the morning. I thought, I fucking ate something last night, and I swear down, I come downstairs and my living room floor was literally just full of takeaway. It looked like a buffet for about 15 people. I'm not joking. I had 2 pizzas, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, chips, kebab, chicken nuggets, onion rings and everything. They were all picture. I put a video on my Snapchat, and it looked like I'd 1 slice of pizza and smashed the Ben & Jerry's ice cream. It looked like I'd not touched it. I'm not exaggerating. It was like a floor full of food. So I got back pissed off and just ordered.
I wonder how much you spent.
I bet I spent about 100 quid easy. Honestly, I'm not joking.
I bet Takeaway thought you were feeding a 8 family.
I had it on my old Snapchat. If I had that night, it'd be gold. It was brilliant. It was just full floor. I didn't even touch it. I was like looking, like inspecting all that. There's no out of that. There's 1 slice off of that. Ben & Jerry's ice cream had been smashed, so I just ate that and went to bed and woke up and thought.
What did you do then with it?
Fucking locked it in bed.
I was just going to say, you can go back for biscuits. No. Did you go back for takeaway?
No, that was next day. I was back on it then. I was sober.
Yeah.
Rough sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good one. What role does your partner or household play in whether a nutrition plan actually works?
She keeps them fed, don't you? You do. Like clockwork now. You do brilliant.
It's like I know now.
I know.
I know when you need it.
No, you're a massive help. So what role? You keep me fed, because if not, I'd probably just sit there all day and not eat.
Yeah.
When I
thing
get
is,
zoned
because
out.
we're doing it together as well, I don't want to fall off my plan, so that helps, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So I go to gym, I come in, I walk in door, and it's like my first meal's there. Not in a controlling way though, anyway, you just support my goals, don't you? And I do.
Yeah, but you support me in other ways, so...
Yeah, it's what it's about.
Yeah.
Too many people in relationships, the partners are drilling holes in the boat, pulling them down. Yeah. You should support your people. I see it all the time. It's subconsciously or even deliberately sabotaging people's goals. We spoke about it. And it's a shame, really, because it happens a lot more than you'd expect.
Yeah.
Even like your friends, your family.
I've seen
they all have slide eggs, and I wouldn't do that. You've got to encourage people. You've got to support people to do well. Yeah. Lift people up. Don't try and drill holes in the boat. And you don't do that. You encourage me. You motivate me. We keep each other
I
on
don't want
track.
you to relapse and fall off, and I know you won't anyway.
Relapse on biscuits. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're massive help. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. So just moving on to holidays then. We've got one coming up, haven't we? So how do you handle holidays, birthdays, meals out, Christmas?
One at a time. Holidays. So last time I went on holiday was, well, it wasn't holiday. I went for my teeth done in Turkey. But I'd gone about 4 weeks before as well with Archie, and I had my teeth done, but then they started snapping off and that, so I had to go back. Well, I had composite bonding anyway. When I went with Archie, I take my own porridge, I take my own protein, I take all my EAAs. When I went last year, I took all my cream of rice and stuff. This time now, I learned what to eat. You can eat well off a buffet. You don't need to take everything. You can just watch what you're eating. I still take my porridge though. I absolutely love my porridge. If I've got a suitcase in Oldhall, then I'll take my porridge and I'll take my protein.
Yeah.
But I just get my steps in, drink my water, and I actually enjoy eating my chicken salads, my steak, and my rice and my chips and stuff.
It's good fresh food,
Oh
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Years ago, when I went on holiday, I'd only probably eat from snack bar. I wouldn't eat anywhere else. Now I look at that snack bar and I see all them fucking shitty little hot dogs and them burgers, and I just think, oh my god.
Yeah.
That it doesn't even look nice to me.
No.
All trans fat's just proper bad for you, that. I won't even be bothered. If I go on holiday, I'll eat good. If I want to have a burger and chips and that at night time, night out.
Yeah.
I always say, like, eat 3 good meals, have 1 bad meal, or whatever. It depends where you are, though. It depends what my goals are around the holiday.
Yeah.
I've been on an holiday over it last year and I stayed fully on plan. Not the one with Archie, when I went for my teeth done. The time before when I went Gran Canaria, I just stayed on plan.
We went in December, didn't we? But we
Oh,
were
yeah.
pretty sensible,
Yeah,
didn't we?
Yeah, we were all right fruit day. We just had a little bit of treats on that, didn't we? But we got plenty of steps in, went to the gym. So you can still have a life, you can still go on holiday.
But we've been working so hard, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like sticking to everything right up until we're going in a couple of weeks. So
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get a photo shoot booked in, hopefully, before I go see what nick I can get in.
Yeah, you're doing right well.
Pulling up, it's coming together. So holidays, it depends on, like, for everybody else, advice for everybody else, just do whatever makes you feel happy. But if you're somebody who beats yourself up for eating shit, then just be mindful.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who wants to stay on plan, just up your calories to your maintenance level.
Yeah.
If you're in a deficit, up your calories a little bit. The scale weight might say you put 6-7 pounds on, but it's normal and it'll just be waterway. People can eat a lot more food than what they actually think before they get into that surplus. If they're on holiday, if you're somebody who just lounges around pool all day, but I think majority of people absolutely smash the steps on holiday. Well, not majority, but people who I talk to and my clients and stuff, you get your steps in, 15, 20,000 steps a day. 10,000 steps is 400 to 500 calories. If you're doing 20,000 steps or 15,000 steps, you're burning a lot. It's red hot.
I think, like you said, people think if they have a treat on holiday or, I'm going away, so I'm going to eat what I want, they've failed.
Yeah.
They haven't, after, like you said, we've mentioned that before. It's just...
For people who don't know, they go on holiday, they eat some stuff. They've been on a diet all way leading up to it. They've lost 14 pounds of stone. They come back off holiday and they're 8 pounds up in 2 weeks. They think, I've been training for 8 weeks, I've lost 14 pounds and I put 8 pounds back on. It's fucking pointless even trying.
Yeah.
They don't understand that fucking 6 of that is just waterway.
Yeah.
And it'll drop straight back off. All processed shit and carbohydrates and stuff is just made your body retain water. As soon as you get straight back into your normal plan, and your normal plan, you don't have to crash diet. That's another thing what people tend to do and all. They'll go mad, but then they'll think they'll have to claw some back and axe the calories. You don't. You just get straight back to your normal plan and resume as normal, and it'll come straight back off. Active. Me on holiday, I still train. I love to train. People say, "What, you fucking train on holiday?" I'm like, yeah. What you drink on holiday? Yeah, exactly. It's what I like to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not going to stop doing something that I like to do just because I'm on holiday. If anything, I don't take as long in the gym, obviously, because I go with Archie, but I'll still get my sessions in. If there's a good gym, and I've even been where they haven't been a gym and I've done resistance workouts outside at pool. Alexa, shut up.
Amount of arguments we have, you have, yeah.
Oh, let's go on. Alexa, off. Very professional. Hmm.
Yeah.
What? So that's holidays, Christmas and that. I stay pretty good. I have Christmas Day off this year. I had Christmas Day off.
Yeah.
I think I had a couple of bits on Boxing Day, but relatively good through Christmas, really.
Yeah.
Um,
We enjoyed his Christmas dinner, didn't we, as well?
yeah.
That was nice.
And what other occasions is there?
So just like birthdays,
Yeah.
meals out, Christmas. What did we do for your birthday? We went to that restaurant and met on plan, didn't we?
Where?
Turkish restaurant.
Oh yeah, Turkish restaurant. That's one of my go-tos. Just meat, full of protein, isn't it?
Yeah.
Try and stay away from nice bread that they fetch out there.
Yeah.
That's
right,
only
no
bad thing.
thanks.
So all the occasions, for me, I approach them with caution, just do what I need to do. I haven't really been out for any birthdays and stuff. I went to Gary's wedding and I ate some nice food there.
Yeah.
Just make it sustainable, not unattainable. If you want to have a little treat, have a little treat. Claw a little bit of food back throughout the day to accommodate for the meal that you're having at night.
Yeah.
Or eat the meal at night and just get straight back on planning the next day.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. So you have to see it as a lifestyle. So you have to be able to have a treat and get straight back on it.
Yeah.
That's something that I've got very good at now. Like, I used to beat myself up. I used to think, oh my God, it's doing me head in this. I'm fucking strict. I eat a bit of shit. I feel shit. I need to pack it in or stop eating the shit and beat myself up. So now I just do it. It is what it is.
We've learned though, haven't we, to have a treat and then get straight back on
Yeah,
it because we love that lifestyle more than actually
definitely.
cheating.
It's the routine. It's the structure for me. I just love that. For what I do, probably a lot of people would just think, oh, fuck that, that's boring. But for me, it's the routine. I just love doing it. I eat the same thing. For my clients, I give them 3 different options per meal. I just have 1 option per meal. I eat the same.
Yeah, I know you do.
And I enjoy it every single time. I can eat the same thing every day and just enjoy it same on the 20th time as I did first time of having it.
Yeah. You sound like you enjoy it as well.
I do, yeah. I make some weird noises, don't I? You all right?
To be fair though, we do look forward to his meals, don't we?
Yeah.
But we make it different, season it different all the time, and
do you know, sometimes I'll find when you do let yourself have a treat, you'll eat it and you'll be disappointed and be like, oh God. Like, not God, like, but it doesn't really do it for you. And sometimes you're disappointed. I eat my food, same food day in, day out, or urban burger. Occasionally that
but that's
Turkish
proper
place.
good.
Yeah, so if you can factor in an urban burger on your plan, really.
Yeah.
It'd be good if they did the air-fried chips, but even the fat that they cook the chips in, and that's the healthiest fat that you can cook them in. So burgers full of, I think there's about 775 calories in a burger and small chips. I might be wrong. You can factor that in. A lot of my clients, they have burgers and chips on weekends, and it's just same 5% fat, brioche buns, a bit of light cheese, salad.
It's all fresh, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's not really bad. You could have like proper fried burgers, proper processed shit, which lean meat, lean mint steak. So you can definitely factor that into your plan. That's all I have.
We sometimes make them at home as well, don't we? Instead, if we
Connor's Burgers, they used to be on my story every week. Need to fetch them back.
Yeah, we do. So if someone's listening right now with a cupboard full of sweets and no idea where to start, what's the one thing they do this week?
Drop them off round at my house. I'll help you in.
Don't permit me.
Yeah. Cupboard full of sweets. Who do they live with? Do they live with kids?
Could do, yeah.
If they don't live with kids, get them fucking out of the house. If you do live with kids, I know you can easily get them out of the cupboard, but get them out of sight of it. Don't make them up when you're opening your cupboard to get your stuff that they're just there. Because if you're in a deficit, they're just constantly there reminding you, aren't they? Unless you build that discipline up. This is a weird fact actually. When I went offshore, I used to fetch my boy. When I was working offshore, I used to fetch Archie, my Marabous, big gold chocolate bars.
Oh, yeah.
So I used to fetch him them out. I used to buy them probably on my first or second day sometimes when I was offshore. And I'd keep them at the side of my bed and all lads used to be like, why are you doing that? I said, I just love to spend 2 weeks with chocolate bar outside and know that I don't need to touch it. Because once upon a time I would have smashed that in. So I just used to put them at the side of my
That
bed.
is torture. Buying
I
it to
know.
look at,
Well, I
like,
used to buy it just to have it there,
Yeah.
just to increase that discipline and that
Yeah.
knowing that it's there all the time.
yeah.
I'm in my bunk, curtain closed, that could easily happen that. Before, when I first went offshore, I used to smash a full Marabou in every night. There were about 1,700 calories in it. And I used to smash them in after my dinner. Sometimes get more, because in galley, there's loads of, like a dessert fridge constantly. So temptations that you have to resist, but that's what I used to do. And years ago, I used to do the same and all when I were in a big diet. Probably a bit weird, like lads used to get out at van when we were working and they used to go into this dessert shop, like a cafe what did oat buns and everything. Even though I were on my diet and I wasn't eating, I used to go in with him every day and just look at them and like, what are you doing, you weirdo? But it's just like looking at her. They're like, you're just fucking torturing yourself. But I've got a little bit more discipline
Yeah.
to be able to do that. Now I'm not really bothered. But for people who haven't got kids in the house, I'd just say get rid of them. Or if what they're planning to go on a plan and all, while they're there, they're just a temptation, aren't they? It's just a matter of time, or you're just one fucking stressed out moment away from fucking grabbing minstrels.
Yeah.
So definitely get rid of them. If there's no kids, if there's kids in the house, put them outside.
I'm hoping Archie's smash them sweets before
know.
we go back in there.
Yeah.
He will have.
It will have.
I think that's all my questions for today.
That's all the questions.
Yeah, do you want to add anything else about relationships with food and?
Just it does get easier. Eat good, feel good. It really does. And it is hard at start. I've been that person who's eating one meal, thinking about the next meal. But just keep having standoffs with that mind. That voice in your head isn't you. And it's very hard sometimes, but you just have to have a standoff with it and keep getting the upper hand on it. Because if you constantly give in to that temptation, that voice in your head saying, eat that crisp, eat them crisp, order that takeaway, you're just fucked. Honest to God, the more you stand off with that mind and beat it, the sooner or later it starts standing off and you think, it's pointless even telling it. And that noise in your head, what tells you to do things, it gets quieter, it gets quieter, it gets quieter. And then before you know it, you're just all right. It might chirp up every now and again. I have something, like, fuck off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you constantly think, all right, and do it, you are not that voice in your fucking mind. I used to think I was. I used to think that was me. The voice in your head. You just got to beat it, get the upper hand. And it just gets a lot easier over time. There's a part of your brain called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, and that's the discipline muscle. That's the command and control center. That's what enables you to have the discipline and the willpower to say no to these temptations. And you have to just run everything again. I'm covering this on the live workshop. Run everything through the lens of the person who you want to become.
Yeah.
From day one. Not when you get to this person, not when you get to this person, like straight away. Straight away. Ask yourself the question, would the person who I'm wanting to become eat this? Would the person who I'm wanting to become do this? And that's it. If you run everything through that, you'll be good. Yeah. Change the foundations. A lot of time, people are trying to change their habits and bolt new habits onto an old foundation that hasn't been fixed. And it's constantly going to draw you back. So that's all I've got to say. So thanks for listening. If you can like, comment and subscribe. Can't stop, won't stop.